Oh, it's really cool, and most people do not know this. Every equinox and every solstice brings each human, it reveals the next quarter of what's coming on the calendar year. The next quarter is revealed 2 weeks prior to the equinox and 2 weeks following. So, if people pay attention to their signs and their dreams, they get a snapshot of what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Hey everyone, it's Dr. Nic and Mike with Divine Guidance Institute coming at you, Modern Day Mystery School, teaching you the ancient way of knowing so you never get blindsided again.
it's a mystery. And if we told you what the mystery is, it wouldn't be a mystery school, all right?
Uh-oh, so
So,
we can't
hey,
tell.
we're going to give you a lot of mysteries today to ponder. And it's the equinox. And the good news is here, Nick, what do we got for good news on the equinox? What does that even mean?
Oh, it's really cool, and most people do not know this. Every equinox and every solstice brings each human, it reveals the next quarter of what's coming on the calendar year. The next quarter is revealed 2 weeks prior to the equinox and 2 weeks following. So, if people pay attention to their signs and their dreams, they get a snapshot of what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like you're saying, really, it's kind of like getting a snapshot of the future, like having your own little personal crystal ball.
Yes.
It's like having your own little crystal ball that gives you really just a snapshot of your future and anything you were wondering about during that time. What I've found over time is that things I was wondering about that I felt like I couldn't really know, career, finance, relationship, whatever. And maybe they were about, it was like, whoa, which way to go, which way to go. During that time was a time of, for me, enhanced clarity. That's it. Because if you think about equinox, I looked up the word the other day, like equinox. I knew it was Latin and it means equal night, but it also talked about balance. And that is one of my hot buttons. I really love always working on balance, trying to stay balanced in life, not going off in this direction, that direction, true balance. And that's what the equinox is. And I believe for me, what it did was balance my choices. So I had clarity for the first time, not too much positive, not too much negative. Damn it, all the negativity go right into it. And then I come back and I'm going, well, life's great though. Oh, it's great. Too much positive. The equinox, I noticed when I look back over the years, gave me a time of balance. Like, now I see the path for the first time. It's right down the center through the craziness on both sides. Too much of this, too much of that.
Wow.
It was a time of balance. So in that sense, I'd recommend to anyone I've met that be aware of the equinox during that time, because everything that you're wondering about, you're going to get a message and it's going to seem clear. And write it down, because that's your snapshot, like Nicole said, of the future. You're being shown the way, the path, the light. Step on the path and take it, because for those 4 weeks, it's unusual during that time of the year.
Wow. So this whole thing, and it's your birthday. It's your birthday
Right.
tomorrow. So this is the other thing, which is super cool. You're going to have double omens, double signs, double messages. Because your birthday always falls 1 week. It's on the 12th, falls 1 week before the equinox every year. And you got the 2 weeks before the equinox and after for signs to get a glimpse.
Right.
And you got your birthday rolled in there. So double signs, double messages. And that's a tip for our audience. Anytime, not just the solstice or the equinox, but anytime, New Year's, birthdays, anniversaries,
Right.
all these times reveal, these moments in time reveal the snapshot of the next quarter. If you pay attention, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Need to pay attention, I think, and be aware of it. And know that it's there for that reason, to give us clarity and a snapshot.
So let me ask you this. What signs, and you've had a few because we've talked about it, but I want you to share with the audience, what signs that you want to share have you had now with the birthday and the equinox, double Scooby-Doo, revealing the next quarter?
It's been the vision during this time, the snapshot has been one of life is really getting transformative. It's going to be a new transformation. So it's going to be a new dawn. I'm going to be able to step into things I've been working on for 20, 25 years. And that's what I got right now in this time, a snapshot. And I had signs. Something came.
And you had a badass dream.
Yeah, something came in a dream. It was a very clear dream. It's what they call a lucid dream. And it showed me, because I woke up, I went, holy shit, I've been waiting for that and working on that for almost 30 years. Are you telling me that's now? Yeah. And that's what the dream was showing me. And I thought, why did I have that now? Well, it's my birthday, time of the equinox. My birthday is in the Ides of March, and it hits the equinox. So it's easier to remember what happened at that time, even last birthday and the birthday before. It's kind of like, but I had a dream, and I've had gut feelings that the time is here also, like intuition kicked in really hard.
So. And how about this one I'm going to share with the audience? It's Michael's birthday tomorrow, and so the double Scooby-Doo, but again, it's the equinox. So for everyone, myself and all of our audience, the signs for the next quarter. And so we've been working on our signature course, right? What was supposed to take only 6 weeks. We started July 3rd. It is now 9 months. And this thing, it's about to be ready. It'll be ready, I would say, probably within 2 weeks.
Right.
What was 6 weeks is now 9 months. And I mean, that's the deal. Like, we're going to do the course and the funnel and build it, and it'll be out in 6 weeks. It's turned into 9 months. And now, like, you could have a baby in 9 months. Holy shit. And so now within 2 weeks, it's about to launch the signature course. And it's a huge, huge sign. It's a huge message for the mission, for the people. It's our one magic word course. And the point is not to tell you that this is about to launch. The point is to let you know about this huge omen and divine timing. People think you can jam it, you can force it. And some things you can, right? But some things are in divine timing, Holy Spirit timing, and there's nothing you can do about it. You cannot force it, jam it, or make it come one day sooner. And that's what happened with this course. It went from 6 weeks to now 9 months. Only because the time is now. It coincides with the equinox, which is a special time. It coincides with your birthday. It coincides with your messages that you were received, or that you have received, rather. And the spring, to spring forward, renewal for everybody. Because the course is really it's the mission, and it's for the people. It's not like, oh, this cute little course we did, isn't that lovely? No, the whole mission is about one magic word and spreading this fabulous tool. One magic word is, they know, because they've been listening to us. It's the hue, but the course is called One Magic Word, Vibrational Sound Therapy. Yes, ultra cool stuff. But anyway, it's a bigger message and mission for the planet, for the world. So.
And that's really an interesting point, that it occurred now, when there's clarity, transformation, the veil basically at this time of the year, because things get balanced, the veil between the inner and the outer is much thinner than it is during the rest of the year because of the energy. Too much positive, too much negative, too much light, too much night. And it's a mechanical thing. It's not like God's messing with, no, not at all. It's all mechanical. It's all set up. But at this time in the balance, the veil gets pulled and we get to see what's coming. And that's really cool because now we're getting a snapshot of it's finally time. And, if I think back on other stories in my life, I can remember certain birthdays. I always had a transformative type of event occur right around my birthday. And that's before I even realized it was the equinox. Never thought about equinox. I just thought, oh, okay, it's my birthday. And instead of going to the East Coast, living there and going to a big university, I changed my life and went to one in the Midwest, which was not as big or as prestigious, but it was a move that showed me it was the right move. And it came at my birthday way back when. And it was
long before me, you guys, before me.
The equinox. And it was like, looking back now, I went, whoa, okay. I saw the whole future in that moment at that time because it was the equinox.
Yeah. Here, and I'm going to give you guys some examples. They need some examples how this works. Okay. Oh, at first I need to let y'all know, you probably already know this, but the equinox occurs when? On the 20th this year, March 20th at 5:01 a.m. Eastern Time. 5:01 a.m. Eastern Time, March 20th. Okay. So 2 weeks before that date and 2 weeks after, pay attention to your dreams and your signs for a snapshot of the next quarter so you're prepared, so you don't get blindsided, so you can sidestep adversity, and so you can make proper preparations, I would say. And here's one of our favorite stories. I'm going to share it right now. The palm tree. A friend of ours, Lori, we lived in Phoenix at this time, and she calls us. She said, oh my God, I woke up. There's my palm tree in the front yard is laying down. It's laying down in the front yard. What do you think that means? And I said, well, if it were me, it would mean something in my life's about to be uprooted. Something's about to be uprooted. Hence the palm tree's laying on the ground. Its roots literally lifted, right? So here's what happened though. Within 1 month, her husband got a promotion, if you recall, because this is long ago. This is a decade. This is, I don't know, 20 years ago. Anyway, her husband got a promotion and they moved across the country. Yes. So it was a good thing. And that's the thing, don't necessarily think like, oh my God, it sounds awful. Like, oh, my life's going to be uprooted. No. This was a grand thing. Promotion, moved across the country, all new stuff for them. So that's the kind of signs we're talking about. And how do you know it's a sign? There's two really cool things that I love to share.
What? How do you know it's a sign?
Either if it's a coincidence, right? Which is two events occurring simultaneously, two events, coincidence, or even more prominent, something so bizarre happens in your life, it catches your attention. I.e. the palm tree laying down in the front yard. That was a totally bizarre event. There wasn't bad weather. There was nothing going on. And the palm tree's laying down. Now, that's a bizarre event. Whenever any of you have a bizarre event, there's a message for you. And that's the most important thing. Something so bizarre that it captured your attention. Because it captured your attention, there's a message for you. And it's going to be a different message for anybody else. So it's important to even keep these things, quiet to yourself so you can interpret the message and really see how things turn out.
That's a good point because, I had a dream, but more often people start to, I think, probably around the equinox, and they don't equate it with the equinox, but that's why they see signs more often and they happen to notice, a sign like, whoa, that's a sign. And
that's
signs are, and signs are all over while we're awake. So we don't have to interpret them and put them down and forget our dreams. And they're there all the time, everywhere. and we go, oh my God, look at that synchronicity, look at that coincidence. What a sign. And they could be anything. They could be something simple like, whoa, I saw, for the first time, I saw a Maserati in my neighborhood. I've never even seen one, but today I saw two, believe that or not. Well, that is a sign. That's a synchronicity, a kismet, whatever you want to, coincidence, whatever you want to call it. And then all you need to do is figure, what does that mean for you?
So let's
do
an example.
Yeah.
Let's say that was for you. How would you interpret it?
For me, it would mean if I saw two Maseratis in my neighborhood, never saw them before. They're high class, upper, taking a step upward in your life. And so for me, it would mean my life is about to basically unfold and take a step upward. A better life is coming right now, right around the corner. Something really good that I've been working on. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Something good is headed your way. So that's how you notice things. That's how you decode things. And
we covered a lot of stuff. What a phenomenal time of year it is. Touched on that, and dream, signs, intuition. So okay, so Nicole, you got any personal stories you
I've got one story I want to share with our listeners, with our audience, and it's so appropriate for this. Here we go. So this was a year ago, and I was contracting, doing treatment, therapy, etc., with a company for a minute, and within 1 week of working for this company, we're just going to call it Smith, the Smith Company. Okay. I'm driving down the street and I see the sign Smith, a different company with the same name, and the sign for the company was on the ground.
Wow.
Was on the ground, leaning against the building. And I thought, holy shit, you know what that means? The company this job's going to be short-lived. I knew it meant that either the company was going to be in trouble, the company was going to shut down, my relationship with the company was going to be short-lived. I didn't know the exact details, but I knew that my relationship with this company was going to be short-lived. That's why the sign was on the ground, leaning against the wall. It meant like a dead end, game over type of thing. And that was within the first week of when I started. And do you know how long I was with that company?
How long?
2 months. 2 months, guys, and boop, ended. Yes. So you pay attention to those signs when you notice things. Like I said, things you notice, like I noticed that Smith sign, the same name, and the sign was on the ground. Now that's totally bizarre, right? So, and go with this, with it saying out of the blue. This is how we're going to close the show today, guys.
What is out of the blue?
Out of the blue. You've heard it. You've probably said it. And he called me out of the blue. And I thought of this out of the blue. And she said it out of the blue. Out of the blue is an old maxim, and what it means is direct guidance from Holy Spirit. It's out of the great blue, the great blue. And why is Holy Spirit considered the great blue yonder, if you will?
Because the color blue, as you go upwards, even into the sky, into the beautiful blue.
Okay.
And the color blue, as you go into the higher dimensions, even like the astral is kind of pink. And then yellow in the causal plane. As you go into the higher planes, they turn blue. Very, very beautiful blue. So there you go.
There you go.
Out of the blue.
Out of the blue typically means direct from Holy Spirit, the universe, God, whatever your belief system happens to be. But it's from your higher self. And so if you've ever had that comment, know that there's a message there for you. Take it one step further. And on that note, I think we should close. What do you think?
Out of the blue, remember Scooby-Doo, and it's just for you, all right?
All right, guys. Hey, take care. Remember, you can get a hold of us right through our website. Shout out, comment, hit us up on social media. You can donate to the nonprofit. Do it yourself with our books. Send us an email. You got a question. And we'll talk soon, eh? All righty.
Hey, have a
Bye.
good one. Bye bye.